Hello and welcome to our live crafting session this evening. It is Tuesday the 27th of September, had to think about that. And this evening we are using a Christmas stamp set, but I'm not going to make a Christmas card. Christmas cards are on the cards, but just not today. This is my chosen hashtag stamp set of the week. It's called Christmas Scottie, as you can see. And I've chosen it as our stamp set of the week. It's perfect for coffee and card because it has 3 different images of the dogs that we can use. It has this really useful stamp that can be used as a background, or you can use it with the coordinating punch to punch out a tartan Scottie. You can also use it with the kissing technique, which I'll do later in the week. It has it has 3 main sentiments. You're always loved, Merry Christmas, and may your days be furry and bright. It also has a little woof. It has a present and a ribbon. It has some ribbons for the dogs. It has a sideways ribbon. This could be a bit of ribbon or I guess it could be a lead. And then you have snowflakes, and then the little piece here which can be the collar in different colours. So I'm going for a single colour selection today. And that is one of our in colours, Orchid Oasis. I'm using that for my ink, but also for my background card. And this is going to go onto a note card and envelope because this will be one of our designs for coffee and card. If you are watching live, do say hi. Let me know that you're here. I do have a spare piece of basic white card, and I'm going to use that to stamp my Scottie Dog on, and I'm going to stamp him in black. Obviously it's very difficult to stamp him in white unless you use either a white ink or white embossing powder, so I will try a white Scottie Dog later. I know that obviously it could also be a West Highland Terrier, which are typically white, and I'm not sure that's exactly the same as a Scottie Dog. I think they have, no, they definitely have different faces, don't they? So I think you could get away with this. So let's have a stamp of the dog first. So I've got some stays on black. I know this is going to stain my stamp, but this is the black ink pad that's got the most ink in it. So that's the one I'm going to use for the time being. Hi Carol, thanks for joining me. I hope your coffee and card sessions are going well. Right, let me put my other light on. Make it a little bit lighter. There we go. Hopefully now I can see everybody. Okay, so I'm going to ink this up. And this stamp set has a matching punch, and this punch punches out the Scottie Dog and the larger of the 2 bows. So what I do when I'm stamping, if I want to punch out, is I look at the best way of stamping and punching out. So I could put this on the side and bring the card in from the side. I could also bring it down from the top, which is what I'm going to do. So I know that I need to stamp my Scottie Dog in that direction. It's always worth checking, otherwise you end up cutting the card or turning it round or whatever. So here we go. So this stays on black, and I want to make sure it's really well coated. If I put it on here, so I'm taking my time to ink it up. I do have to take my glasses off to see what I'm doing though. Okay, so it's a solid stamp and it's photopolymer. So you do need to give it a little bit more ink than you would normally, because it's a sticky ink. So I'm going to pop this down at the bottom of my piece of card, ready to punch it out. So we've had a wet day today. We've had showers on and off all day, starting last night. Okay, just going to peel that away slowly. So here's my Scottie Dog, and I do love the way they've got their eye cut out from the stamp. Makes it really effective. I bring that up, hopefully you can see that okay. Right, let's cover that up for a minute. Oops, daisy. Alright, now I'm going to punch him out, or her out, so I'm just going to drop that down. It's not quite, I can just see it's slightly wet, but I'm hoping I'll get away with this. If not, I'll have to stamp another one. And I'm just centering that in my punch. I'm punching out my Scottie Dog. Just mind you don't catch your hands here and here. Just keep the hands well away. Okay, so there's my little Scottie Dog. And I've actually tied a bow using the coordinating Orchid Oasis ribbon. And I think I'm going to pop that onto there. Okay, in the meantime, let's stamp the background and a sentiment. So for the background, I'm going to use that tartan stamp and Orchid Oasis. Oh, excellent, Carol. Glad to hear it. It does take time to get it up and running, I know. I know you've been doing it for a little while. So well done you. So making sure that is nicely inked, and I'm going to pop this on. So this is cut out using our scallop contour dies, and it's a really nice pretty gingham background, quite a small one, or tartan, and I'm using a mat underneath my piece of basic white card just to give it a little bit of extra cushioning. Okay, there we go. So there it is there. Really nice and crisp. I don't know if there's a right way and a wrong way to that. And I wonder whether that, as a matter of interest, lines up. I'm not sure. I'll have to try it. Okay, so here's our Scottie Dog going on the background. I didn't actually stamp it very straight, did I? Never mind. Right, let's put the little bow on the dog. And I think I'm just going to trim the edges. So, and pop it on like that. Probably just going to use a dab of glue. I could use a glue dot. It's a very light ribbon. This is from our In Colour ribbon selection. So I'm just going to pop that on there. And if you want to avoid getting glue anywhere, then either use some tweezers or bone folder or pokey tool or your scissors, just so you're not handling that too much. Okay, that's going to go onto there. And I'm going to pop a sentiment underneath, and it's just simply going to layer onto this note card, like so. I'm going to put my Scottie Dog up with dimensionals. So let's find a sentiment. I've got from By My Side, I've got life is better with friends like you. Thank you for being part of my life. Nice to have you by my side. I'm going to use that one. Let's have a look, see. Could probably do with a bigger sentiment, but let's just go with this for the minute. I'm going to stamp this one in the same colour. Let's have a little practice on here. And you can see I haven't used this set because I haven't actually added the labels to these sentiments yet. Okay. So this goes up a bit on my panel. I'm just going to angle it down a little. Hopefully it'll be enough. There we go. I got away with it, folks. There we are. So nice to have you by my side. And they're going to put our little Scottie Dog on top with a few dimensionals. I've only got little ones to hand, so I'll just use those, which is perfect for the feet and the tail. You just cover that up. So a sweet little set. It's called Christmas Scottie. I'll put that down there. And this is in the July to December catalogue. It's on page 34. The stamp set is 21, as you can see there on the left hand side. The punch is 18, but if you buy them both together you get 10% discount off the whole thing. So instead of being £39, it's 35, or instead of being €50, it's 45. Okay, and there's some great samples there. So I'll be using this for the remainder of the week with some different ideas. Let's pop those off. So something just nice and simple for today. So I made everybody work for it yesterday. Let's pop him on there, like so. And I'm going to pop that layer down. And this stamp set also has a few little snowflakes, which are always useful for, especially for backgrounds. There's 3 little snowflakes, which I assume is on one stamp. Yes, it is. It's on one stamp, but if you wanted to cut them up as individual snowflakes, you could do that. Okay, there's my base layer, and we're just going to pop our cute little Scottie on top. I'm going to keep this flat, so just using some more wet glue. Hi Dee. It's the wrong sort of dog for you, I'm afraid. There we go, but it's very sweet. They would be nice, Carol, as clear embossed snowflakes, yes. And also white on Starry Sky or something. Okay, so there is our little Scottie card. Non-Christmas, but with a Christmas stamp set. I don't know how come Scottie dogs are related to Christmas, or whether in fact they are. I'll have to look it up and see. So there we are, nice and simple for today, nothing too complicated. And I will be back tomorrow morning, 10 AM, for another in this series using Christmas Scottie. So I hope you're able to join me then. So I hope you like the card, nice and simple, nothing too complicated. I punched out the Scottie dog. You could easily stamp and mask it. And I've realised that I've got him quite a way over to the left. I was centralising his legs. But of course, his head goes further out that way. So if I did that again, I would probably put him a little bit further over to the right-hand side. It's funny how you don't see things until later, isn't it? Okay, so thank you so much for joining me this evening. If you're watching on catch up or replay, do let me know. Pop hashtag replay on. It's always nice to know who's watching live and who catches up later. And if you have any queries or questions about this stamp set, the punch, or anything else I've used, turn that over because it reflects a little bit too much that way, then do just message me or email me. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great morning, afternoon or evening, depending on when you're watching, and I'll catch up with you all really soon. Thank you. Bye for now.